idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make you.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Blame you, TR.
And Terrence.
As do I.
Okay, so 3 for 3.
This is your fault.
Yes. All right, we're back. Episode 183 for Antebellum. This is the 2020 American horror film directed by Gerard Bush.
It's not, but go ahead. What?
No, that's what Wikipedia says, Terrence, and it couldn't possibly be wrong. Directed by Gerard Bush and Christopher Rentz, and starring Janelle Monáe. Yeah, so this movie.
They also wrote it.
Yeah,
And I looked up the duo, and they're
They
black, there's a
are.
black and they're Bacardi and Cola.
Oh, no.
This movie originated because one of them had a nightmare, which was this scenario. So they decided to
The
make
black dude.
I'm assuming it'd be really weird if the white guy.
Like maybe he's Jewish. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, no, the white guy who's like, I had a dream. I didn't have a nightmare. I had a dream. And here's what happened.
Beating these niggas up. What? Okay. Whatever.
Like, shut up. All right. So this movie is about a woman played by Janelle Monáe who is she's an author, but somehow she ends up in slave times, and she's struggling to sort of escape and get out. So, do you guys want to play? After we give our opinions of this, do you want to tell the twist, or do we want to wait till the end to reveal?
I
the
mean,
twist?
you can look at the trailer because the trailer tells you what the movie is about, like the twist or whatever. We can do it from the beginning because there's not much. This movie is a one-trick pony, and it doesn't do it well. And this movie is. It thinks that it is smarter than it is. It's not. It's not. What if M. Night Shyamalan wrote Get Out? Like that's what this is, and it's not good.
You know what? All right, let me give my opinion. This
Mike already gave his.
Yeah, I think you did.
Sorry.
I think you did. I didn't like this movie at all. I thought this movie was pretty terrible. It moved from incredibly boring to incredibly ridiculous to this ending doesn't make any sense. And that was pretty much the big 3 acts as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a waste of Janelle Monáe's acting talents. Honestly, I think she's done other stuff that I've seen that I've enjoyed her in much more in. I think you're right. This is kind of like if M. Night Shyamalan did Get Out. But I would argue that the twist in The Village makes more sense than the twist in this.
That's what this was. That's exactly. As soon as I saw the twist, I'm like, this is The Village. Okay, whatever. Fuck you.
But and we'll talk about it once after we get through.
People hate that movie. I don't hate The Village.
I've never seen The Village. I just know what the twist and the premise is, and that makes more sense than this, which we'll spoil in just a minute. Terrence, what were your thoughts on this?
Excuse me. There's one cardinal sin that a movie can do that just pisses me the fuck off, just infinitely, and it's waste my fucking time. That's what this movie did. It's a waste of an hour and 45 minutes of my life that I will never get back. And the first 40 minutes of it was just, okay, slavery. Sure. Been there, done that. Then the next 30 minutes of it. No, it's another 40 minutes or whatever. Like, what the fuck? What was that even for? And then the last third, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I don't care what happens. What the fuck ever. And then the ending, I just cut it off as soon as I saw the fucking jet fly across the screen. I was like, fuck you, click. And I'm done. Because this movie's terrible. It's not good. None of it, like, it's competently directed. The end.
No, it's not.
Look, it didn't do anything egregious as far as direction.
No, I didn't have a problem with the general direction.
the structure of the film would work better if Act 2 was Act 1 and Act 1 was Act 2. They were so
that part
caught
is
up-
absolutely correct.
They're so caught up on trying to do a twist, I gotcha, which they kind of spoiled in the marketing of the movie, right? Like they threw out a red herring and did some weird editing. Because if you look at the trailer, you see the plane in the cotton fields. And
I had not noticed that. Wow. Like I haven't gone back and watched the trailer since this first came out. So
and it shows like little flickers, right, to make you think, oh well, maybe there's some sort of time travel element involved.
Yeah.
No, it's just white people kidnapping niggas, and it would have made, like, me and my wife was sitting there watching this, and we're like, all right, well, this is obviously the village, right? This obviously takes place in some sort of contemporary time period, right? But we were thinking, all right, there's got to be some supernatural element to make this interesting. Like, what if this is like Westworld, but this is like Southern world? This is Antebellum world, right? And instead of robots, they're actually using real black people, right? Like, no, they're just kidnapping niggas. They're just kidnapping niggas. They're just kidnapping niggas. And look, we say this all the time.
I'm gonna really enjoy this episode.
I really don't like this movie. Yo. We say this shit all the time, right? We don't know how we would react back in slavery times.
Yeah.
We don't know how we would react. That is not this.
Thank you.
This is contemporary. We know exactly what happened, and there were way too many black people on them in them fucking cotton fields to be putting up with this bullshit.
Okay, all right. Then
100%.
Okay, hold on. Let's take a pause right there, because this is the part of the episode where we're going to explain the ending, and then we're going to rip it apart, because this is how it doesn't make any sense. Terrence is 100% right. This is a waste of an hour and 45 minutes. Tiara, this is your fault. The ending is there is no time travel, there is no supernatural anything. Like Micah said, they just grabbing niggas off the street, putting them in old clothes, and putting them on this plantation. And
is about a quarter of a mile into the woods, because she was on a horse when she got out.
Right, nigga. She ain't get
horsepower, nigga.
Right, that's
she ain't going that fast.
right.
What are you talking about?
Right, she's not in a fucking Chevy, right? Like, she didn't drive fast. She just got on a horse and escaped. But okay, my issue with the movie, like, the cheap version of The Village is one thing, but the premise of The Village was that people were born and grew up in this environment, so they don't know anything outside. You couldn't just take me from my fucking house on Tuesday, make me a slave Tuesday night, and then I just don't talk about it? Nigga, I was using a cell phone last week. What the fuck? Everybody on the plantation, nobody is like, yo, weren't you at Starbucks last week, my nigga? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Nobody says anything.
One person was, and then they think they're being slick. Kiersey Lemons or Clemons or whatever her name is. The
Kiersey
woman
Clemons.
from Kiersey Clemons. She comes in when she comes in, and we're supposed to not know what's going on, even though you've seen the trailer. But let's say you didn't see the trailer. The second that she comes in and is like, "Yo, what the fuck is up, B? What are we doing here, yo? What the fuck is going on, yo?" Like, as soon as she starts talking in a contemporary, she's not speaking in old time slave language. Like, well, this takes place in modern day.
Well, and that was the one thing before she showed up. I was like, why is everybody talking like it's 2020? Like, that was the thing. And I was like, this is terrible acting.
I was like, who the fuck is this nigga? He sounds like fucking Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
What the fuck did I say? I was like, yo, this is like mad contemporary speech. But I just didn't understand that. Like, the way they tried to get around it is that on that plantation, no one is allowed to talk. And I'm like, they're like, and we'll find out. And I'm like, okay, you'll find out. But at the same time, like, nigga, they're slaves. They still going to talk to each other. Like, they're still going to talk to each other at some point at night. Be like, yo, ain't you from Detroit, my nigga? What the fuck are you doing here? Like at some point.
It was like, yo, you from Virginia, ain't you? Yeah, I'm from North Carolina. I don't know what the fuck we doing. I don't.
Why are they talking about states? No one is talking about anything contemporary. Nothing contemporary. That doesn't make any sense. So you just get captured off the street. Like, that's why a supernatural element would have made sense. Like,
it would have made so
much more sense.
But like, she wakes
really
up.
dumb, right? Because this magic shit would have made more sense, but it really would have, yo.
Right. It
Like,
absolutely would.
Me up. You're not just gonna snatch me up, yo, and I'm just gonna no.
I guess it's 1840 again. What the fuck? Like, yo,
niggas don't like doing the jobs that they get paid for. That's out of my job description. That's we used to say that shit all the time in the city. That's outside my job description. I ain't doing that.
right.
I ain't getting paid for that.
But you just gonna accept picking cotton in 2020? Knock it off.
Off, and then they burning the cotton. Yo, what the fuck? Like, let's pretend that I did, except that I was going along with this whole picking cotton thing. Then you burn it, nigga. You burn it. Nah, yo, nah, you ain't doing all that to me.
I just did not understand this whole idea of like black people just forgetting that they were modern black people 19 minutes after they got there. Like, that shit didn't make any sense to me. Like, the entire first 40 minutes is like during the quote unquote slavery time. Not once did she like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then they like later on they showed the thing of like the can of Murray's.
Well, I was like, so let's see how much nigga shit we can put in this movie. I'm like, shut up.
Right. I'm like,
Like,
okay.
really?
But at that point, I'm like, okay, all right. They got me, movie. Like, this is dumb. This is really dumb. And is it like, I still don't understand the idea that why would black people just stop talking about contemporary times all of a sudden? No, you couldn't put me back as a slave and then I'm just going to rock with that shit. Like, nigga, I was podcasting last week. What are we talking about? No, we got to fight.
Get the fuck out of here, yo. And they're using World War Civil War era guns, nigga. If
That's a wrap for you.
One fucking shot and you miss, you're done, son.
Nah, yo, that's a wrap for you.
Get the fuck out of here, yo.
That's a wrap for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ain't enough of y'all.
No.
It really ain't. It really ain't.
Breaks off of you.
Look, I hate to.
As soon as I wake up, I'm in a carriage and we all get out, we jumping y'all niggas.
Look,
That's it.
I hate to.
I didn't forget who the fuck I am. Like, fuck you.
Right, like, it doesn't make any sense. Look, I don't want to, quote him or paraphrase his statement, but it is correct. Calvin Candy was right. Why haven't the blacks just risen up and killed all of us? Yes, because that's what would have happened in 2020. You couldn't just grab niggas off the street like that. It would be a wrap for you. They'd have burned that whole plantation down by Tuesday. Knock it off. I don't understand it. It didn't make any sense. The premise is stupid from the jump. It makes no sense.
Like, this is a premise that is inspired by a book from Octavia Butler called Kindred, and
Yes.
it's a book where it's a black woman in contemporary times. I forget when the book was out, but it was a contemporary times, and she magically gets transported back in time, and then
Right.
she has to, figure out. She becomes friendly with the slaves and tries to figure out what's going on. Like, if you wanted to do Kindred, you could have just did Kindred. Like, this is
Did
the
they not make a movie out of it?
Yes, they did.
They
Okay.
did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure.
Like, I just, this movie, and I knew I knew this was gonna piss me off from the opening of the movie. The opening of the movie is this like slow motion shot of, and they got this music playing. Like,
Oh no, I'm sorry. They did not. I'm wrong. There was a play, an audio play. Go ahead.
Well, then you could have made that movie, and it would have been better.
Yeah,
but like from the beginnings of this movie, where no one is talking and this pretentious ass violins are playing and shit, and you see all this horrific imagery, and that's another thing this movie does that I don't like. This movie bills itself as a horror movie. I mean, it's not. The idea is horrific, but it's not like scary, right? This movie, in my opinion, kind of revels in the abuse, right? Like, it revels in the abuse, but at the same time, like nobody says the N word.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like what they didn't want to offend black people, but they're cool with branding them.
Right, but they're cool with branding and rape and hanging and lynching and every other negative thing that happens in this movie. I mean, a guy's wife gets murdered by strangulation in the beginning of the movie, while all this like artsy.
Well, no, she gets shot in the back.
She gets shot. And
Yeah, he shoots
her, and then
that's right.
drag her back.
Yeah.
Okay. But
either way,
and again, nigga, this is contemporary times, yo. You ain't gonna kill my wife, yo. You're not gonna kill my wife, and I'm just gonna sit there with a yoke on my head. Nah, yo.
No, you look. You might have gotten away with it then. I'm gonna kill every last one of these motherfuckers in here the next day.
I'm gonna kill you.
All of y'all gotta die.
I'm gonna kill the horses too. Hey, fuck them. They accomplices. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. Yo.
I again, like I am not a fan of the statement. I'm not my ancestors. That whole like like I don't like that statement because to me it is it's detrimental to people who went through shit you could never survive. Right. However, in 2020, no.
I always say that. Like me back then, like I don't know any better. Me now, no, you're gonna kill me. If I don't kill you first, you're going to kill me.
No. Like
you have a gun, I don't, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna sit there and let you do this bullshit to me. Like no.
Like
this whole movie falls apart. Like I don't know what it's trying to say, that we would just be cool with servitude. Is that what they're trying to say? Like what the fuck? I don't get it.
I don't think that they're trying to say that, because I don't think they're trying to say anything.
Yeah, that's what that is. I think that is.
I think the movie is trying to say things in like a very, like the whole, it's a Civil War reenactment, right? That they're on. And I think what they're trying to say is that,
by the way, I will never understand that. White people going out and doing cosplay of losers. Like that's super wild to me.
I mean, the shit don't happen north of our state. So
no. Hey, why don't we go out like, why? You lost.
Right. It'd be like people in Germany going, nah.
I'm gonna be fucking Hitler and kill myself like a coward in a basement, like the bitch I am. Like, yeah, come on, that's stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I forget what I was saying, but I mean, so the movie, it starts and we see slaves being treated poorly and at one point we see Janelle Monáe's character. Who, by the way, Janelle Monáe, she's like, aside from the obvious, I've always been a big fan of her.
Oh, really? Yeah, me too.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know her music. I know what you meant. Right?
Yeah, like, I really do like her music. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, I too like her music, and she's gorgeous.
I mean, yeah, she's gorgeous, but like, I actually really like her music.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And she's
she's super talented.
Yeah, she is.
And she is she's a very decent actress. It's a shame that this is her first lead role.
Yeah.
Well, for like a sort of, I guess, what you would consider a mainstream movie.
Yeah, but I think she does a really good job. She is, being branded, and she's like, your name is Eden, and I'm sure there's some sort of, reference to that shits on religion, but
I guess
I don't know what it is, but whatever. And she's being abused, and we just see like these opening scenes are just life,
boring.
Like, it's just boring, right? It's just life. It's just the movie relishing in the fact that it gets to depict this type of violence and racism on screen for 40 minutes, dude.
Right, like it doesn't do
minutes.
It doesn't do anything.
Minutes and some seconds. I counted because I was like, yo, what the fuck am I watching?
Right. Yeah, I really didn't understand, like, say what you will about films that depict slavery, whether you're sick of them or not. Like, they have a point, right? Like, the quality ones have a point. And like you said, Michael, like, it's just showing, like, the day-to-day shit of being a slave. Okay. Like, it's not driving home any sort of narrative or any messaging. It's not doing much of anything. It's like, this is just in the antebellum South, and, like, for some reason, these, white people really like war reenactment shit. Like, that's all it is to me. It's really odd.
And see, we're not supposed to know that this is like a war reenactment. We are supposed to think that this is a movie about, the 1800s, right?
Right.
And here's where, that's horrific and all that, but this is what I'm talking about with the structure of the film. If Act 2 was first and we got to see Veronica as 2020 Veronica, sisters are doing it for themselves, you know what I mean?
Right.
As we got to know her, as we got to see that, she has a family and she is a leader in race relations or whatever, right?
Right.
We get to know her. We get to feel for her on a personal level. And then when she gets abducted and all this shit happens, that's when you linger on all the fucking bullshit and the slave exploitation, because that's how horror movies are set up, right? You get to know the people, and then you terrorize them,
right?
And then they triumph. Like, it's backwards, yo. This fucking movie is backwards.
Yeah, I really didn't understand the dwelling on the slavery part up front. Like, it just felt really, I was like, surely they would, I mean, I thought the same thing. Like, surely she would, like, because I just originally thought that it would have some sort of magic or whatever. Like surely you would have a contemporary person, no magic, and then they're back in these times. Like, why the fuck would you do it in reverse? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And you're right about the setup.
If they were going to do it this way, they shouldn't have put out any fucking trailers for the movie.
Right.
Like, that just defeated the whole purpose.
Or the trailers should only show
the slave time
part.
Yeah.
They should only show it. Nah, they can't wait to show Janelle Monáe in a pantsuit, which I'm not mad at. But at the same time,
or that dress.
Nigga, that green dress was goddamn.
Yeah, she looked amazing.
But they marketed this movie wrong. And if you didn't watch the trailers for this thing,
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But it just doesn't make sense. It would make better sense if the first two acts were flipped,
right?
And then when you find out the twist, and that's the thing again with the structure of the movie, you find out the twist in the middle of the movie. So then you're thinking about the beginning.
Wait,
like,
what twist?
Wait a minute.
The twist
her getting kidnapped.
The twist is 2/3 into the movie.
Yeah, when she
twist is an hour and 9 minutes. I know the time. Because then there's like a 30 minutes left. I'm like, so what the fuck is the rest of the movie about?
When she gets abducted, then you're thinking, well, wait a minute. If they are the same person, like, you start thinking about the first part of the movie and you're not paying attention to the rest of the movie. And
I got really bored with the rest of the movie. Quickly.
This movie is this ain't it, yo. This ain't it.
It misses the mark in so many ways. It's crazy.
There are people who try to escape and their bodies are burned in like a hot box and like a crematorium. And then next day, a bunch of new slaves come in, and
I love how you can literally skip like the first 30 minutes because there's nothing that happens.
What is there to talk about? I don't want to dwell on the fact that Janelle Monáe is getting raped. Again, look, you know what? I'm not going to go there, but I'm not going to dwell on that, and I'm not going to dwell on her getting bright like nah, yo, I don't revel in that shit.
No, I don't either. But again, I cannot help but make this point. There are several times where she is laying in bed after being raped, and like the guy who did it is he's just laying there. I'm like, I would kill this nigga immediately the second your eyes closed. Like,
stab you in the neck.
Thank you. Like when she's laying next to that one dude laid out, I've been like, bop, bop, bop. Like, nah, yo, you gotta die. No, it's over for you. It's a wrap for you. So I don't understand this idea that the movie purports that black people would just become helpless in 2020. It doesn't make any sense.
It would just that we would just put up with this bullshit. Like, nah, yo, like that it's insulting, quite frankly. Like,
yes, because like black people didn't just put up with it originally. They fought.
Right.
They fought a lot, and a lot of people fucking died. The reason why slavery continued is because kids were born into it. That is how that shit sustained. Because you can't take free people and put them in chains and then they just go, okay. That's not how, not black people, not Native Americans.
You can't do nobody.
You can't, white people, you cannot take people's free. People try to escape jail, my nigga. Like, who do crimes, who do real crimes. And they're like, nah, I can't stay here. People try to get out. Like, your freedom is your humanity. Like, that is paramount to everyone, color aside, right? Societies aside, it is literally a part of your humanity. So to imply that modern day black people would just go, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, I guess I'm sad. Like, no, nigga, no, yo. Every day, I will be putting my foot in a white man's ass until they murdered me. No, yo. Every time you turn around, I'm going to try to choke your ass out by the shitting post or whatever the fuck is going on in that little town. I'm going to try to kill you, yo. Every day. Fuck that. What else do I have to lose? Nigga, you kidnapped me and put me on a slave plantation in modern times. No, yo, they have families. It's crazy to me. Like, so this idea, like, that is incredibly insulting to black people that in 2020 they would do this. Nah, yo, no, yo. I'm more mad at Cola, of Bacardi and Cola, this writing team. Like, that shit makes me angry. It's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous sentence.
Don't write a movie based off of a dream, yo. People barely remember the dreams after.
Everybody's dreams are boring. No one cares about your dreams.
Nobody cares about your fucking dreams.
No. Like, I hope you make it, that kind of dream, but not you're like, then a wizard was there. No, I don't care about your dreams. They're stupid.
Not your REM sleep dreams.
Yeah, that's madness.
The fuck out of here, yo. Like, all right, yo. All right.
Shout out to my wife who continuously tells me her dreams, and I just stand there before having my coffee pretending that it's not craziness that she's telling me. Please stop telling me your dreams.
Bunch of new slaves come in, and one of them is a pregnant woman who some little white girl names Julia, and
throw that little white girl right in a well. I would, yo.
Kick the shit out of that.
I'm sorry, yo. Every one of these white people would die, kids included.
You gotta go. You have to.
Why is she in school? This is what? This is a summer project or some shit? What the fuck you doing here? Nah, y'all to kick their ass right down a well.
What y'all doing in Louisiana, yo? Get the fuck out of here.
So fucking weird. Man.
So
I hate this movie.
I knew it was coming. It's ridiculous.
It was so stupid.
So we get introduced to Kiersey Clemons' character, who is pregnant. We've already seen a rape and a blinding. So you introduce a pregnant woman into the movie. Guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah, take a guess.
And she's like, "Hey, I know who you are," but they don't really allude to the fact that they are, some 2020 niggas. Like they it's kind of awkward actually, the dialogue, but
in this part, Micah. In this part, the dialogue is awkward. Oh, wait till we get to the fucking modern times.
So she's like, "So what's the plan, man? What we gonna do?" And Janelle Monáe's character is like, "We gotta wait. We gotta bide our time." and they get into a little argument or whatever. That night, all the white people are having dinner, and all the black people, all the 20 black people are sitting there waiting to serve these white guys. And
they're a part of the Confederacy, right? Like that's what we're meant to believe.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. Like when the movie first started, I'm like, why the fuck are they wearing Confederate outfits? And I mean, I understand slavery was still going on during the Civil War, but like, that's just weird attire to be wearing on the fucking plantation.
I guess it's so that they can blend in with the regular reenactment people who are just outside of this camp.
Yeah, a quarter of a mile down the road. Because whatever.
All right.
Fuck off.
Again, look, some people got mad at us about our commentary about the South in the episode we did on Just Mercy. So allow me to make an addendum for this episode. What the fuck is not everyone, I shouldn't say that. What is white Southerners' obsession with the Confederacy? You fucking lost. You lost. You lost. The South ain't gonna rise again. No. Your heart rate, that might rise. That's it. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's hot in the South there.
It's mad hot.
Y'all wearing them damn cotton outfits, man.
I just don't understand. Like, also, don't ever talk to me about, the flag is about heritage, is not hate. No, it's about hate. It's stupid.
So during this dinner,
burn that flag.
During this dinner, not Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds Kiersey Clemons' character attractive, and his boy is like, "Come over here, girl," because the general was like, "These black people will serve your every whim. So go and rape them, rape the black people, y'all." Like because this movie likes to indulge in raping black women.
Yeah,
and, be offended if you're a black woman, and the guy is like, "Oh well, I don't know. See, because just to prove that deep down white men are just simps. No. You got all the power in the fucking world, especially right here, right now. I don't know." And he was like, and
the whole porn category for it.
And then, yeah, that's why that word is in the vernacular as it is right now, because those people.
Again, it doesn't go the other way. Black dudes don't want to see their black girlfriends and wives getting fucked by white dudes. That's not a thing in porn. White boys, on the other hand, can't wait.
So
there's a whole fucking genre of porn.
It's very odd.
So not Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Kiersey Clemons' character are in the bedroom together, in the barracks, whatever.
The boudoir.
And she's talking to him, and she's like, "I know you're not like them. You're a nice guy. So, maybe you could help me out. Maybe you can let me, get the fuck out of this motherfucker, yo." And then the white guy realizes that, oh, wait a minute, I'm white. And I'm a man. I hold dominion over you. Why did you talk to me? Right. And then they get into an altercation. He punches her, kicks her in the gut, and miscarriage, because fuck black women.
Again, what is the point of this scene? He is pretending to be this like weak-willed person, only to lure her in for more violence.
I think he represents the average white man that knows that racism is wrong, but deep down, like wants the power.
Right, enjoys the power.
Wants to execute. Yeah, right. Enjoys it and wants to execute or participate in that shit. Like these metaphors, they're not like
they're not super deep.
No, they're not. Would you say is as subtle as a bat to the face?
Yeah,
that's this whole movie, yo. That's this whole movie.
But like
subtle.
And like I think you're probably correct. Like I think you're exactly right about what his character is supposed to represent. But to me, there's also another possibility, is that it's the two-facedness of white men. right? It is the idea of like the soft, compassionate, conservative guy, but in reality, like there is a level of brutality there.
He's the liberal white male. Liberal white men know that he's, they know that this is wrong, but deep down,
maybe I could take advantage.
Right. Everybody was all, Mitt Romney, he's really turned a corner. No.
He was like, surprise, niggas. No, I didn't.
He's an old rich white man from Utah. Do you think he's gonna? All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he backhands her, by the way, which is the most disrespectful of slaps.
Disrespect.
Yeah. Not over a countertop. I mean, it's not a Tyler Perry movie, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, again, this entire scene, what is the point of it? Right?
What's the point of this movie?
There's more.
One could argue.
There's more torture, and I'm not going to get into all of it, but we're about to transition into Act 2. Janelle Monáe is getting raped by the white man, who we find out is the senator that she was talking to later, and she is after the 2 minutes of torture, she hears a phone ring, and we cut to modern day, and we see Janelle Monáe's character Veronica, who is an accomplished writer and sociologist,
right?
And she
works up with her husband and the dude from what's that?
It's a boyfriend.
Oh, are they not married?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't care.
Yeah, he's the dude from Dear White People.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
We see. I hate this entire act. This act.
This whole act.
I hated it.
Pissed me off.
It is poorly acted. It is poorly written. It is poorly written. It is poorly written. It is poorly written. What is the dialogue in this act? Is this what people think people talk like? Yo, when she is on CNN or whatever, it's the dumbest shit. It was like buzzword. I'm like, all right.
Funny that you like we're blaming
fuck
TR
off
for this entire.
No, 100%.
But when you said you messaged her and she said, did you like the part that Black Twitter wrote in the restaurant? When she starts talking, when she's doing that interview, I'm like, oh, did Black Twitter write this movie? Because I'm like, this is just, they're using all of the words that they use.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right. I don't like, this is really pissing me off because I don't like Twitter to begin with. And then Black Twitter with his fucking black intellectuals. And they're one that, I'm smarter than you because I use bigger words.
Right, because I use words with more syllables.
Right, that's what this was to me. And I'm like, I don't like any of this. This is really annoying me. And I don't.
I was not a fan.
Way too long.
I was not a fan of it.
Like the best part of this act was her adorable daughter.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's it.
No, because she can't act either.
She's a child.
God, you're such a hateful piece of shit.
Guess what? You hire actors to act. You hire children to be kids, man.
Like, and she was a child.
Yeah, she was acting. You know what the best part of her acting was?
Yo, you a hateful nigga. I swear to God, yo.
When Janelle Monáe was trying to explain the difference between like why some people are mad and all, why she was trying to explain the interaction with the senator.
Yeah.
And then she was like, do you understand?
Do you understand? She was like, no.
And she was like, that was the best part.
Yo, yeah, all right. Look, I got the subtitles up. This conversation on whatever news channel she's having with this white man is awful. Like, it is awful. I'm going to try to read some of this as it's happening. So, oh, God. Like, I could not believe how bad this was written. All right. Well, all right.
Wasn't the guy like a proponent of eugenics or some shit?
It was something.
That's what it said.
Come on,
That's
yo.
what it said.
Come on, yo.
Like, look, I know we need white villains. I got no problem with that. Can you bring them down a bit to reality? Eugenics.
this guy is saying. Let me see this. I'm right on this part.
Like, nigga, come on, yo.
What is it? Goddamn it! Unpause it. He says, "I understand you think you're defending the plight of the black man. I guess in your case, the black woman.
Yeah,
but we are doing a disservice to the argument, much less your people. Okay, by conflating race with basic common sense." And then I would say this: the disenfranchisement of black people in America is by design. Okay, written into the actual DNA of this country. Your argument, however flawed, has been successfully promoted and propagated through repetition. We hear it over, and I was like, shut up.
Yo, that is the most Twitter shit I've ever heard.
Will soon be broken. I'm like,
so bad. Look, I guarantee you, if you Google that entire block of what she said, I guarantee you that is in a series of tweets.
I'm
100%. It doesn't feel natural. People don't really talk like that, and when people do talk like that, in real life, I immediately tune them out because I'm like, what you're saying is a bunch of buzzwords. You're not saying anything. It doesn't actually make you sound as smart as you think it does. You sound obnoxious.
Is that Damon Wayans' Living Colors sketch?
the
nigga in jail, yo.
Yeah. It is, yo. And he has a jaw of my shit. Like it's the same thing. Come on. Like, it's just bullshit, and it just sounds so ridiculous. It sounded so ridiculous.
So the modern day stuff continues.
She has a conference call.
Pause. Before you continue, there was a scene when she gets out of bed when they focus on her lower back. Remember that part?
I remember that.
I'm like, what the fuck was what?
I
know because the brand is not there. I understand. Right. And I was like, okay.
But again, you're trying to imply some sort of magic that isn't even in the movie.
Right.
Because this, from my understanding, from logic, happens before the first act.
Right.
So what the fuck? I wonder if something's happening. Nothing's happening. You don't have a brand on your back until later. That doesn't make sense. Shut up, movie. Shut up. This movie's based on a script.
They're trying. No, this movie's based on some dude's dream.
That's right. It's based on a dream. You're right. I'm totally wrong.
So at one point, Janelle Monáe is talking to the white woman, a white woman who is just like, if she had a mustache, she would be.
Yo, her accent is so fucking thick. I can feel the slavery running off of her lips. It is ridiculous. I do declare, you sure is a pretty black woman. Like, I'm like, all right, Foghorn Leghorn, can we just get along with the conversation? It's ridiculous.
Oh, that shade of lipstick looks wonderful on you. Is that your lovely daughter? Like, all right, calm down.
Does your boyfriend know how to make a mint julep? Like, all right, like relax. Just like, again, subtlety. They're like,
I know you people like Arnold Palmer. Oh, excuse me, half and halves. We call half and halves coffee creamers where we come from.
Coffee creamers,
civilized people.
Oh,
all right. Shut the fuck up.
She literally says her daughter would make a really good friend to her daughter. Like, oh, I can see them having a play date. I'm like knowing what that is implying is just really obnoxious. Yeah.
So, all right. So, Janelle Monáe's character has to go to Louisiana for Essence Fest or whatever.
Of course.
And we get a scene of her doing yoga because that's going to pay off later.
And she did a song called Yoga, which was very.
I mean, I actually really, really a fan of that song and video.
Is that on her latest album?
No, that's
no, that's.
I don't think
it was
on
like an EP.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yoga. She did that in the video. Okay, just throw that in there because reasons. Sure.
She's doing yoga, and then we get introduced to someone who is quite possibly Jay's favorite character.
I hate this character with all my heart. has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with her physically at all. It doesn't even have anything to do with the actress. This character is a piece of shit. She is a fucking piece of shit.
Gabourey Sidibe comes in, and she is one of her friends, and she's the comic relief, right? She's the comic relief.
Is she? I don't find anything that came out of her fucking mouth funny at all. None of it. Get out of here.
I mean, somebody needs to be like she's
obnoxious,
the one, right? She's the ratchet one, right? Is ratchet still a word that we use?
I think the kids are still using ratchet.
And
it's a new show on Netflix.
You need somebody because Janelle Monáe can't help but be cool all the time. Well,
and according to her dialogue when she's on CNN or whatever, she's the wokest black person that's ever woketh. Like her level of wokeness is too high. Surely she could not also be ratchet, right? I think that's how it works.
So we basically get introduced to her wild friend, right? Then we go to it's a little later. We meet Janelle Monáe's other friend who is white because we need to show that there is a good, wholesome white person in this movie, and then we start seeing like microaggressions from the hotel.
These weren't microaggressions. Blatantness.
Yeah, these are macroaggressions.
Again, this particular movie is not very subtle. Let me ask you a question, guys. Is everyone at the hotel in on this?
It feels that way.
Everyone in on this? Is the one white person that's not in on this her white friend?
I think like the way the movie is structured, it feels that way because guess what? The white woman standing at the counter of that hotel, guess what would have happened to her? She'd have lost her fucking job.
You're right. What a rude ass shit.
Yo, I get real uppity when I feel like I'm being disrespected at a business. I don't play that shit.
You'd have been a prime target.
Oh yeah, they would have grabbed my ass up right the second I walked out. Look, I tell you right now. You know how I know this movie is bullshit? They wouldn't have got me. I don't get into an Uber without checking the license plate first.
Thank you.
No, nigga. No, not never. Not ever, yo.
Whole movie is predicated on an Uber driver.
Like they didn't even set up like a series of Ubers. Like the Uber driver's like, bitch, you in the wrong Uber. She's like, yeah, whatever. Like, yo.
Right. Like,
nah,
what
yo.
the fuck? No. Like if she'd actually looked at her phone,
I always do,
and the whole movie would have failed. The whole movie would have fell apart if not for her lack of paying attention.
Yeah, just paying attention.
If the Uber driver had got there on time.
Nah, yo, never. You could never do that to me. No. Oh, right. I pulled up a secret Uber. Okay, you don't look like Steve in the picture. Like I look at the license plate, I look at the car model, and I look at the person driving it. No,
I don't take Uber anymore. We did for a while.
I did like Lyft a couple times, but like whatever it is, nah, yo, no.
Shit is always sketchy to me. Shit is always sketchy.
Yeah, it's just unsanctioned cab drivers.
Like, I mean, look, it's getting a hack, right? But like, I'm not getting a hack from Habib or Jonathan or I'm not. Nah, yo, nah. I don't know you, and I don't know the person giving me a hack, but like they black, so I kind of feel like I know them. Like I gotta do this. I gotta handle them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I know them.
I feel like I know. Well, I mean, if they're near Preston Street, you probably do. I mean, that's probably your cousin.
That's where we got them.
Yeah. All right, then that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, so you got the one woman who she had the call with sneaks into her room, and she's like looking around
in her toilet. Yo, she takes a shit in her toilet.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Don't do that.
Like she looks around and she is just. I don't know what the fucking point of that scene was. Like I get the point of it, right? She's being creepy, but at the same time, like she mentioned the lipstick. And then you thought she would do something with the lipstick, right? Like, oh, okay, so she's gonna switch the lipstick to drug her when she puts it on, right? Like some Batman and Robin poison ivy bullshit, right? No.
You know what?
The whole point of her being in there was to watch a woman take a shit.
Again, they do. Okay, hold on, because there is another scene of Janelle Monáe giving a speech, which is also written by Black Twitter. That whole scene of her, like, instead of like, oh, why don't we switch the lipstick and all this other stuff, or the poisoner, it's the same revelation of how they get her is the same as we learned in The Man in 3B, where he was like, when Billy D. Williams is like, we're doing certain things to make all this money, and then you just find out like they just robbing niggas. Like they're not. There's no like financial scamming. They just putting on ski masks and just robbing people. Like that's the only thing they're doing. Nigga, ain't no fucking skill in that. Like there's no skill.
They ain't even used chloroform. They just hand gagged her, yo.
It's just like just drive. Like that was it. No. Again, you can't do that.
We see Janelle Monáe as the keynote speaker at Essence Fest or whatever.
I assume she is. Yeah.
And look, that's the only festival I know that's got all these black people in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And
no, she's the speaker right before
before Mary starts playing.
Right. I was gonna say before the final keynote speaker from Girlfriends, right? Like this is that same room.
So she's giving this like speech like, hey, black women, y'all are amazing. You can do whatever you want.
She says black people and black women in particular were expected to be seen, not heard, or we risk being perceived as threatening the patriarchy. Or God forbid, we continue to get branded as the angry black woman, which is fair. Like that's a fair point. But of course, somebody, again, people who write this drive me crazy. Somebody from the audience, yes, all right, relax, just fucking relax. Yeah, so she goes into like this coping persona has been this mode of survival for generations of oppressed people. And it's just like, I'm telling you all of the things that I'm going to deal with in 5 minutes when I get taken. Like, all right, we get it. It couldn't be any more fucking ham-fisted.
Or the reason why her friend acts the way she does in the fucking restaurant.
Disagree. Disagree.
Let's get to the...
I think they go hand in hand. And all right, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's not an excuse. Disagree.
Oh.
Let's get to the restaurant.
Throwing that drink in her face.
They do the keynote speak and you know she meets one of the white girls, the little white girl. They try to do some bullshit like Shining ripoff, but it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Like that little white girl just looked dirty, yo. Like
she did.
Right.
She did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know. Anyway, the three friends go out to dinner, and they try to seat them
again
at a table.
Again, I'd have kicked that little white girl in that elevator. Like, bow, get out of here.
Right, don't shush me. I'm a fucking grown up.
Yeah, I'd have backhanded her with
shush your ass.
Bow, get out of here. A grown ass person, get out of here. Anyway, yeah, they go to this restaurant. Oh, Janelle Monáe comes down, by the way. Dawn, Gabourey Sidibe, or what's the pronunciation of her?
Gabourey
Sidibe.
Gabourey.
She's like, look, I need you to come out with me, but I need you to be not in some like bullshit clothes. I'm trying to get fucked tonight, so I need you to help me out with that. And that is what Janelle Monáe did because
Janelle Monáe, look, nothing Janelle Monáe wears bullshit clothes. Like I'm sorry, like she too goddamn fine for all that.
Yeah,
like even a potato sack she was wearing in the slavery time, you could still see them cheeks moving in the back.
You ain't such an asshole.
Yep.
He's such a dick. I did enjoy the one line that Dawn has. She was like, girl, I said step it up, not murder these hoes. Like, yeah, yo, she looked incredible. Like, good Lord. Anyway.
So they have dinner and they see a guy checking them out. The guy who is obviously.
Oh no! Let's cut back to the table.
You cut your.
Hey, feel free.
Go ahead,
I
Tim.
know this is your favorite part of the movie. Feel free.
So the waitress is about to give them a table by the wall,
Or like the bathroom, I guess.
The
Is it
back.
the bathroom? Oh, was it?
It's,
I didn't
it's
even
near
realize.
it's near where they're bussing all the
the kitchen
dishware.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
And then Gabourey Sidibe. What's her name in the movie?
Dawn. Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah, she just flips out. She says the table is 100% acceptable, and she's just screaming on the waitress. Just, I mean,
Look, the table.
Get it.
Look.
Yeah, I
the
understand.
table is unacceptable. I 100% have no problem in saying I don't want this table. I would like to sit at another table, especially considering the restaurant has no one in it.
Yes, it's empty.
It's empty, right? That is a perfectly fine response. The manner in which she did it was fucking
Yeah, I'm gonna
ridiculous.
spit
Yeah, like
your food. Don't do that. Don't do the wait staff. Like, I mean, again, she tried to give you this bullshit table. Understandable. She's like, I would rather not. There's a bunch of other tables here. I'm gonna go sit here. That's it. Because there's no reason why I need to sit at this table. But she had to be a bitch about it.
Yeah, she was. Okay, so this brings into question, is this what some people think empowerment looks like? Because I would argue it is not what
And
empowerment
that
looks like.
that was my issue. I'm like, so they gave her these lines because she's the larger black woman.
Yes,
and
that is
as we
100%
know,
true.
As larger black women, they're seen as even less than.
Right, that's
Because-
absolutely true.
And I get that. I understand why they gave those lines, but like, there's a line. Like, you don't have to be a fucking asshole. And I get it. Like, you're treated like shit when you're growing up and all this other stuff. But like, at what point do you not want to become the thing that you hate?
Right, you live long enough to,
Right.
to yourself
Like, you live-
become
you
the
live long enough to
villain.
become
The perfect line. It's the perfect
Right.
line.
And I'm like, yo, why the fuck is
Look, fuck y'all. Y'all got to give Chris Nolan all the credit in the world for that line. It's a good line.
It's the perfect line. It really is.
It is.
It works.
Yeah. So this whole interaction in this restaurant with her, and then the part we're about to get to with the dude that's checking her out.
Her behavior is ridiculous to me.
It's unacceptable, yo.
I truly believe that some people think that this is empowering. Like, I think they think that that's what empowering is. I'm like, it is not.
I guess.
Well,
It's
it's what women, it's what, you know.
Yeah, be careful
all the,
here.
All the qualifiers in the world.
Yeah, be
right?
careful
all the
here.
qualifiers in the world. It's what women, it's what certain women think that men act like, and that's why men get respected, is because they're brash and boorish and
Right.
and assholes. And and so they think, oh, okay, well, I gotta act like I'm. It's shit perpetuated by like Steve Harvey, act like a lady, but think like a man. What would a man do, right?
Right. Like her interaction with that waitress when she tried to sit him at the wrong table was all fucked up. But I'm not gonna lie, that part she says at the end, she was like, the woman's like, well, and she was like, "You're doing great, Rachel. Thank you." I burst out laughing. That shit was funny. That was funny.
You can't really come back from that.
Yeah, you're like, because she like
Got the
screamed
whole
on it. She was
fucking
like,
restaurant. Right, bitch. All right, whatever.
like, I'm gonna go spit in your risotto. No big deal. I'll see you later.
That's what-
Yeah, I don't fuck with
Yo,
wait
don't
staff, yo.
fuck with people. Yo, don't fuck with people handling your food. Period. Just at all. Don't do that.
Yeah, no. There's an old adage, pay attention to the person packing your parachute, man. Like, no, don't be a dickhead. But yeah, I do think that the writers thought that felt
Two
empowering.
men, by the way, one black, one white.
Right,
Let's not forget.
right. Yeah. So they have no idea. But I do think that they thought that was some sort of empowering thing. It didn't come across to me as empowering. It came across as her character was a complete bitch. Like, that's what it came across as, especially in this next scene. Because this dude ain't do nothing wrong. Like, he was just like, "Here's a free drink. Sorry, stop yelling at me." It was fucking nuts.
So at one point, the waiter offers them prosecco, and they were like, "No, I want champagne. I don't know what the difference is."
So prosecco is cheaper.
Is that like a Colt 45?
No, prosecco is fine.
Perhaps you find ladies with like a Colt 45 malt liquor.
Now, see, that would have
I
been
hear
fun.
it works every time.
Whatever that means. We've got chicken on the menu. Prosecco is just like less expensive, right?
Because she was fucking mad, yo. I was like, God.
Yeah,
damn.
and again, Janelle Monáe, not acting like a psychopath, corrects the waiter and orders something very nice, like very specific to be like, look, I'm not some fucking schlub. I don't need you to tell me prosecco. Like that to me came off as a much classier way to handle shit like that. Not like, you're doing great, Rachel, fuck you. Like it was just unnecessary. It was unnecessary. And like, I'm sure some people would say that's respectability politics or whatever. But again, I don't need people spitting in my food. So, sometimes you gotta put a little, sometimes you gotta be, you gotta put a little sunshine on the fuck you. You can't just go raw all the time in every situation. It does not always benefit you. And it doesn't actually, and again, it doesn't, I don't think it comes off as being an adult. I think it comes off as being a fucking asshole.
You're not as strong as you think you look.
No, but I really like. I see people maybe not interact quite as harshly as Dawn does to that guy, but I've definitely seen close to that, and I'm like, do you think that made you look good? Okay, but I think some people walk around with a chip on their shoulder and they want someone to knock it off, right? Like always, and like that's kind of how Dawn comes off to me, but. I did not care for that character at all. So she gets hit on by this dude.
Whole fucking sequence pissed me off. I don't want to fuck you then, bitch. And just walked off.
Right.
And it would have been well deserved.
Yes. Again, like I said earlier, I would have thrown that drink in her face. Fuck you. How about that?
Right, like
I'll pay for it, but fuck you anyway.
So
like you highly go ahead, sorry.
So there's a scene, and again, this part of the movie should have been first because we're getting like all of this doesn't mean anything. Like at this point, I'm just like, yo, get back to the fucking Antebellum shit. Like I want to know what the fuck is going on. None of this means anything. We're getting to know people that we already know or people that don't impact the story whatsoever.
Right?
Like,
why wouldn't they take Dawn? Like,
right, she doesn't impact the story at all.
Right.
Her white friend doesn't impact the story at all.
At all.
What is the point of all of this? This part of the movie should have been cut in half, and it should have focused more on Janelle Monáe, and it should have been at the beginning of the movie so that we feel for this character, so that we truly empathize with her when she's being tortured. Like this movie doesn't make any fucking sense.
Also. A little bit of a writing change. Why not have the guy at the bar be one of the people involved? Like one of the guys like snatching people. Why not have him? He is the exact same situation. Dawn is a complete asshole to him, and he's like, word, no problem. And then you're like, all right, that guy's involved. He's gonna try to grab her next. At least have some. There's nothing. She shits on this guy for no fucking reason. Is it because he's white? Because she's like, you know why? I guess it's because he's white. I don't know.
And the way they film it, it's like
they never show his face.
They don't show his face, but they do. But they
like
do.
blurry in the like sort of background. You could tell he's a white guy though.
Right. You could tell he's a white guy. They show his face blurry in the background, but it's not what you would think that it was the captain, the guy with the mustache.
That's what I'm saying. That's who I thought it should have been.
Right. It's not him. So, but like the way that they shoot it, you don't see their face. You don't see his face, which implies that you're going to show his face later on, right? Because it's like, that's a setup, right? Well, there must be a reason why they're not showing his face. Otherwise, this is a sloppy shot. Right. No, it's just a sloppy shot. It's just a sloppy ass shot.
Yeah. Like, so, or it could have been like,
there's got to be something cut. There has to be something cut.
Right. Like, is he?
It feels like it.
Right. Because like maybe he should have been like, to me, like the guy who kicked Kiersey Clemons in the stomach, like it could have been him, right? Like one of these.
He wasn't unnaturally handsome.
No,
That's what the white woman says.
But
He
you know
clearly-
what?
but it would have made more sense in the story to have somebody who was like he had been shit upon by this black woman. So then when given an opportunity later on, he's like, yeah, I'm going to do, like that would actually make sense. This guy is just a random guy.
Same thing with the waiter. They don't show the waiter's face. The waiter could have been the guy who kicked Kiersey Clemons in the gut, because she gives him a bit of a dressing down also.
Right.
So it doesn't, this is not good, yo. This is not good.
And look, you could definitely make the point that if you did that, I'm sure someone would see it as like you're implying that they deserved it or something. But like I would argue that you just have a bunch of characters in the movie that don't do anything. Like
they're pointless.
They're just not interconnected to the story at all.
Yeah.
Right. So why am I watching it?
Yeah. I don't know.
So the guy who bought them a drink, he comes over, he gives them like a cran apple and water or some shit.
No, a vodka cranberry. Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
This guy is so fucking sober. Listen to him.
Gets him an ocean spray and a Sprite.
I mean, arguably that's what it is.
And Gabourey Sidibe's character, she was like, let me tell you about yourself and how you're wrong about everything, and you just gonna sit there and take this for 3 minutes, but here's my card because I still want the dick.
I'd have ripped that shit up in front of her fucking face.
Yeah.
I'd have fucking threw that shit. I'd have threw that shit like a toothpick being thrown by razor.
Like razor.
Out of my face.
No.
Hey yo.
I cannot imagine standing there and letting somebody talk to me like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
I got pride, yo.
Yeah. When she started dressing him down, I'd have been like, hey, let me stop you right there. Suck my dick. And then I would have walked away. I wouldn't have thrown a drink in her face. I'm just kidding about that. But I would have definitely been like, suck my dick. Fuck you. And she'd have been like, I would, but I'm not now. And I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll be fine. Trust me. Fuck you. Fuck off. Like, you're not going to just talk. Again, it was
incredibly disrespectful.
Like, it's like the black people just being like, everything's fine. I guess we'll go along with this. Why is this dude just like, I guess I'll just go along with it? No.
And see, look, I'm looking at this scene.
This is a Twitter conversation. This is Twitter. I was at a restaurant and I told this guy, no, you didn't. None of this happened. Anything's possible when you lie. Right. This didn't happen. Stop it, yo. This conversation did not happen.
I asked my man, did he want the PS5? And he said, no, put that $500 in Sony's stock. Fuck off. Fuck off. No,
I'm different. Everybody in this house is different. No.
Fuck out of here, yo.
Lying ass nigga. Like, cut it out.
Like, so nothing was better than somebody said to them. They were like, yeah, that's because his side chicks already bought him a PlayStation 5. Yeah. He was like, nah, I'm good. Get the Sony stock. Nah, it's fine.
So look. They're going outside, and again, this is what I'm talking about. Problems with the movie itself, right? Like problems with the structure of the film, right? And the story, right? We saw that none of the people who are white in this hotel, aside from like the front desk lady, they're deliberately not showing them their faces. How cool would it have been if this second act was in the beginning, and then B, we saw their faces, right? But we didn't know who they were. We see their faces,
right?
And all of a sudden, because we see that they are kind of eavesdropping on their conversations, and we realize, oh, okay, now they're getting ready to leave. They just called an Uber. Okay. Okay, the target is coming.
Target acquired.
Bring the car around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like let us see this conspiracy happening, but maybe the waiter says that, and we're like, what the fuck is the waiter doing? What does he mean bring the car around? And we see the shit, but no, like what I'm saying is, how did they know How did the fake Uber know
To be
where
there.
and when they were going to be there and when
Right.
they were going to leave? How?
This is a very poorly constructed film. You're
This
right.
is a terrible fucking movie, yo. This is a really bad movie.
Like it.
And then
Again. Nobody thinks, hey, let me just check the Uber. Nobody, you just get in. I don't. Yo, you're a black woman alone. Yo, you don't look. Nah, look, black women don't even pull into parking spaces. All right, I'm not buying that. They back in because they got to get the fuck out of there in case shit goes awry. I don't believe that black women are just getting into random Ubers without paying attention. This is obnoxious.
And black women who have friends, one, they don't.
You ain't separating. Knock it off.
Get the fuck out of here. Wow.
No.
You share the Uber, yo. You share the Uber. You share the Uber. And even if you do, they make sure, even if you do have separate Ubers for some reason, they make sure like black women look out for each other.
They do. Yeah. Yo, black people don't even let, look, black people don't even let other black people leave their house without saying, what do we always say? Text me when you get home, right?
Right.
Check in. This is what we do because, like I'm a Kenya Barris and shit because slavery, nigga. Like you gotta make sure your boy ain't get caught on a boat ride somewhere and he gone. Like you gotta check in. You gotta check in. And cops.
So she gets in the fake Uber and it's a very bad experience. You know, she's the
It's a very bad. Is it?
Well, I'm getting to it. Like the music is really loud while she's trying to be on the phone, and the person is being very rude. And it turns out that it's Jena Malone's character. You know, the character that took a shit in her bathroom and for no fucking reason. And all of a sudden, a hand comes and you know, tries to smother her, I guess. No chloroform. You just nah, yo, I'm gonna just be struggling.
I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite your finger, yo. I'm gonna bite your finger, and then I'm gonna look. I know car windows aren't meant to be easily broken. I'm gonna break that bitch. I am.
I'm gonna put my foot through it.
Yeah. So get the fuck out of here. But all right, the movie's got to happen or whatever.
No, yeah, you're not just gonna grab me. Yeah, I'm just like that's so wild to me. You're not just gonna grab me from the back.
Like he's grabbing her, and it's like there's a seat in between them, right? He's in the backpack,
Right.
Yeah,
and he's just got her arm. Like, no, you're not gonna catch. I mean, I guess because he's a man and she's a woman, he's stronger. But like, no, there's a lot of like leeway in that situation where you're not gonna catch.
No, you have to pull.
Leverage,
You would have to pull me into the back.
Like you gonna have to grab me by my neck,
Yeah,
Right.
not by my fucking mouth.
Not hand over mouth. What the fuck?
nah. You gotta do a fucking
I'ma kick the
UFC
drop
move.
directly in the back of her fucking head.
Yeah.
we all going down if this is happening.
Right.
No,
Fuck that, yo.
gotta kick that bitch right in her face.
So
The chick driving.
Yeah, she got kicked in her head.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
This car would have been flipped the fuck over.
Yeah,
We all would have been fucked up. But hey, that's
we'd be fucked up together.
we be two bitches in the seat.
Two bitches in the seat. Right.
Fucking bad boys.
Yeah.
You drive like a bitch.
This movie's terrible.
so she gets knocked out and she wakes up still, captive. The movie cuts back to the end of the first act.
Because whatever.
And we see that the senator, who is Jena Malone's father, is he gets a phone call at 3 a.m.
On his cell phone.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh shit, they got a cell phone. That means I can get out of here now because I got a way to contact the outside world."
How long has she been here before she realized?
Before she realized that there was a fucking cell phone there. It should have been 2 fucking minutes because it's 2020, nigga. Nobody leaves cell phones without their cell phone. Nobody.
Not even if you go back to the racist South. Not if you go to Antebellum world. You still bring your cell phone.
I'm in the safest place I can possibly be right now, my house, and I got my fucking cell phone.
It's right
here.
It's right here.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nobody leaves without it. Nobody.
Yeah, I walked down 2 flights of stairs. No, hold on a second. No.
Right. Let me get my phone real quick.
Yeah, no, I don't trust it. I got nothing to hide on here. My wife got my code. It's fine. Nah, you gotta have it. Case slavery comes, you got to be able to drop a pin, let people know where you are. Also, a thing that really pissed me off. She gets the cell phone. You calling? Yo, let me go. Text your fucking husband and drop a pin.
Right.
I'm here, nigga.
Like calling bullshit. So there's a lot of she's like, all right, I'm gonna make my escape. We escaping tonight. Just you and me. Fuck these other niggas. It's just you and me. We are making our escape.
I'd be like, we all gonna kill them. And then we gonna walk out quietly. Shit. Everybody dying.
The fuck gonna happen? They sleep.
Yeah, we going to Nate Turner, these niggas.
Yeah. Everybody gotta die.
And we can do it.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
The fuck out of here.
Yo, that is the most obnoxious part of this movie, yo. Just like when the black dude is like standing face to face with the main overseer guy, I was like, nigga, beat his ass. Like,
and take his gun.
Right, yo, you're bigger than him.
Just start banging off. Like, yo, I'm gonna take his gun and I'm shooting all of them.
Yeah, everybody died.
Unless someone catches me first. You know, only went out in a blaze of glory.
That's right.
Because you're not doing this to me. You are not doing this to 39-year-old Terrence.
Yo, can you imagine?
In 2020.
Yo, it's insane, yo. It's insane. Like, yo, the PlayStation 5 comes out in 5 months. I gotta get out of here.
Like, no. This is unacceptable.
So they're trying to escape. They meet up with they see a couple of soldiers. She has the cell phone. They hear a couple of drunken soldiers come, and she panics and drops the cell phone. First of all, again, another unbelievable part of this movie.
No,
because niggas ain't dropping cell phones. They not. Cell phones are too powerful. You will hold on to a cell phone tighter than you will hold on to a gun. You can do more with the cell phone.
Yeah,
and the white guys pick up the cell phone. And they're like, fuck, now we got to get the cell phone. So they go into the fields, and one of the white guys is like, I got to take a piss. And black dude who is a professor or some shit, they just dropped that nugget in the movie. Sorry, professor. Sorry you died, professor nigga.
Yeah.
And they kill that guy, and they get the cell phone. They don't have cell phone service in Louisiana, apparently. They don't have cell phone service.
Maybe he has a T-Mobile phone.
So they go back to the cabin, because she was like, I know there was cell phone service at the cabin because I heard homeboy talking. So let's go back to where we were instead of just running the fuck away.
Right, yo. Why are you going back into danger, yo? Again, black women are not dumb, yo. They're not doing that. Run that way. Harriet Tubman ain't have a cell phone. She knew not to go back to the plantation to check the first time. The fuck? She went north. Gone. She didn't even have Google Maps. She just left.
Right.
She went back after. She was like, we free and clear? Cool. Now I'm going to go back. She didn't just stop halfway and go back. Knock it off. Come on.
So they go back. They try to dial 911. 911 is a joke, and they can't. And 911 is like, nope. And then I was like, well, maybe 911's in on it.
Thank
right?
you.
Like,
Thank you. I would never call 911, nigga. White people own 911. Stop it, yo. Stop it.
I was like, well, maybe
But that's the only thing she could call because it's an emergency. Like, you can't open a phone.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And she mentioned that, but like I thought, maybe that was part of this intricate plan,
right?
You know what I mean?
Because I thought it'd be like, oh, 911, and she's like, oh, I've been kidnapped. Like, we're still getting you, nigga. Like, that would have been interesting. Right. It would have been interesting.
Right. Wouldn't it be awesome if the 911 operator was like, no, you're right where you need to be,
right?
You know?
This could have, by the way, like, in the hands of people who thought about it more than 13 seconds before they started rolling, this could have been an interesting, like, Get Out version, right? Like, it could have actually been that way.
Yeah, man. This. So they're like, fuck, I can't make an outside phone call because the phone is locked. I need to look at his face. And I was like, yo, if if she just sneaks in there and holds the phone over his closed eyes, I'm gonna be real fucking mad because that shit don't work.
No.
You need to have your eyes open for your face shit to work. But to the movie's credit,
Sure.
they do acknowledge that, right? So
I mean, I did enjoy the way she got him to open his eyes. Just, get your ass up.
So they go back. They get into a fight with the guy, the black guy who is bigger and young, who is twice as big and half his age, gets overpowered by this white guy, and dies. And
Yo, he hit that dude in the chest with an axe. No. You're not killing me with an axe, my nigga. No. Not in 2020, yo. Knock it off.
I mean, unless you have a feather in your head, you ain't killing me with no goddamn hatchet.
No, yo. No, yo. It's unacceptable behavior.
Wolf or T-Hawk or some shit like that.
Yo. Nah, yo. Again, I'm just gonna have to eat that, and yo, we got to keep fighting. Like, I'm not going down with a hatchet. Like, that's not gonna be on my gravestone. No. In 2020, died of hatchet attack. Stop it, yo. Stop it. No, shoot me first.
Oh God.
So, like you said, she gets him to open up. She's like, "Bitch, open your eyes up." So she unlocks the phone. She calls her husband. And has way too long of a conversation.
Thank you, yo. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, nigga. They got me. Like, drop a pin. I'm here. Click, Bob, running. That's it. We're not having a long conversation, yo. Oh, how you been? The daughter's on the phone. Mommy, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. You having way too long of a conversation. That made me so mad, yo. I'm like, bitch, you in danger. Stop playing around.
So Janelle Monáe, okay. Now this is like, I get it. I kind of get it, but I don't.
Hold on 1 second. I do want to go back when she stabs the captain or whatever. Like, she did a thing that I thought was actually smart. She grabbed his sword and she ran out the door, and like, he was knocked down, and he walked out. He was like, they got no loyalty. And the second he walked out, she stabbed him in the side. I was like, that's the smart money. You don't run away from the scene. You let that dumb fool come right out and you stab his ass. Like, that actually made sense. I'd have cut his head off after that, but that's me.
That's Call of Duty 101, baby. That's Counter-Strike 101.
Right. Surprise! Wow.
You run around the corner and some dumbass is like, derp, 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 and then just like, bam.
Yeah, I'd have cut his head off. I wouldn't have had to ask him nothing. Glink! I'd have pulled his eyes open. It's fine. We'd be all right. We'd be all right without you.
So she has way too long of a conversation for somebody who is in imminent danger. And
stupid.
Again, for someone who is in imminent danger, she decides, you know what? I'm going to make a political statement. And she goes to the flagpole, pulls the flag down, comes back, wraps this 250-pound man up in this Confederate flag, drags him all the way over to the crematorium just to light that shit on fire.
Why don't you just light that nigga on fire right there?
Look, why don't you just stab that nigga in the heart and be done with it and just start running? And me and my wife were like, yo, where's everybody else at, yo? Because they making a whole lot of noise.
They're making
this nigga screaming. This nigga screaming at the top of his lungs. These hoes ain't long. Where the fuck is everybody else at, yo?
Ain't nobody wake up.
Everyone is asleep. Everyone is knocked the fuck out. Because I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of ruckus going on, commotion, all kinds of just nonsense going on.
I guess they had
plantation.
I guess they had a some sort of, like, I guess maybe they use the same sound app that I use, like a white noise machine on their phone. They were just like, I mean, it's 1822, but I'm having trouble sleeping.
Like, none of these niggas like have ever tried to escape.
Right? You ain't got nobody standing guard.
So
I hate this movie. Yeah.
So she gets on a horse because she knows how to ride horses. Because we saw pictures. Yeah. We saw pictures of her on a horse.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say she sure is quite good for her first time. Okay, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they show pictures of her. So she's getting away, and we see Jena Malone's character. She's coming, and she's pursuing her, and she's
the first guy who was pursuing her had like an M16.
Right.
all right.
Right. She got a flintlock.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? Yeah. I thought when she runs out of bullets in like the flintlock, I thought she was just gonna pull out a 9. This is like bop, 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 bop. Like
y'all don't have any more advanced armament for contingencies, like for such occasions
In
as
case
this.
niggas actually do decide they want to fucking,
yeah, she's.
escape, which they should have done day one, but whatever.
They're like, no, we want to keep it. We want to keep it authentic. On a single shot musket. Like, no, dummy.
How does she have so many shots in that thing?
It's like a 6-shooter. It looks like.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not an actual flintlock, but like for the times, it should have been a flintlock. She used an old timey gun from the wrong time.
Right. She used the gun from the Wild West.
Right.
She used the gun from a century into their future.
I'm like, why does this gun have so many bullets? And why is the muzzle flash so horrible?
So the Jena Malone is like, I told them I picked every single one of these Negroes because we are too scared to say nigger. I chose every one of them, but
she's like, I don't want to offend y'all now.
But my daddy insisted that we get your uppity ass because you a smart one or whatever, right? Like that's what I'm assuming, right? Like
get your black ass out here.
Right. She was like, get your black ass out here. And then the horse came out. And then Janelle Monáe just straight up like lassoed this bitch and grabbed her by the neck. Now
hold on. This is a Twitter thing. She literally had to drag her at the end, Micah. Drag her. Come on. Come on. You know that's what they thought. You know they did. When I watched it, I was like,
oh my
right.
God.
Yeah. Yes. Because people in the audience were, well, there was no audience actually.
There's no audience. Drag that bitch.
Drag her.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
God.
And
damn.
it's also a callback to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
right.
How they killed
look, I'm not gonna act like I ain't really enjoy this scene.
Oh no, 100%. 100%.
I like.
Oh,
she gotta die, yo.
Oh yeah, look. Let's get real.
Stabbed her in the leg, didn't she?
Yeah, she stabbed in the leg,
and then in the shoulder too. I'll tell you right now, I could watch a slave owner or a person who wants to be a slave owner get dragged to death behind a horse every day for the rest of my life, and I would never get tired of it. I was hoping they'd show her getting dragged to her head just pop right off, because that's how long I'd ride. I'd be like, we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
we'll get there eventually.
We're not gonna stop at that Robert E. Lee statue. We're gonna keep going, man.
Yo, she hit her head hard as fuck on this. I was like, yeah, that shit was funny.
It was. I enjoyed that.
Drag her, Janelle. Drag her.
I would have personally. I would have went back to make sure that for proof of death.
Does she still have the phone?
Oh yeah, does she?
Because I took a picture.
I'd have took a picture of it. Yep, took a picture of it. That's a trophy.
They're like.
So we see Janelle Monáe. We see Janelle Monáe's stunt double riding the horse.
Oh god damn! She hit her head hard as fuck on that stand. She's like, her whole spine is done. By the way,
we see Janelle Monáe riding out, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit! Like, wait a minute, there's a real war going on.
Right. I was super confused by all of this,
and I was like, well, this has got to be like a Civil War reenactment, right? Because we already know that this is
contemporary times.
Contemporary. And eventually, yeah, we see that she rides out and we see the sign Antebellum Civil War Reenactment Park. She was able to drop a pin, so we see her running out, and we see the cops coming, and we see a white person with their phone out. See, even white people have their phones out. We see a white person with their phone out, recording this the wrong way, vertically. You don't record shit vertically, folks. You really don't. You record it horizontally. And she's like, yo, there's a white woman or there's a black woman in a Union outfit with a hatchet, screaming at the top of her lungs, riding a horse.
This is amazing. Is that Harriet Tubman? I didn't like this ending at all. Like, I didn't get any sense of like. I guess it's supposed to be like, this is supposed to feel, cathartic, but at the same time, like, I feel like everybody would be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like people would just be really confused, and then it just kind of ends here, which is weird.
Yeah, you see the FBI coming in and taking statements from the black people, and I assume one of the questions is, well, why the hell didn't you just leave?
Sorry, it's 2020. Apparently, all of us are fucking idiots.
Yeah, we see shots of it's. I mean, I imagine that you guys turned this off the second that the screen went to black.
That is 100%.
But if you're waiting,
it didn't even make it to the screen. Like I said, I turned it off as soon as I saw the fucking the jet in the sky.
Okay, yeah. If you stay, they give you a couple scenes, epilogue scenes of the FBI taking witness statements and a bulldozer demolishing the sign, the Antebellum sign.
That was a quarter of a mile off the road.
Yeah, it wasn't that far. It wasn't that far at all.
Again,
do you think Blake Denton? And you think he's going to still win re-election? Probably.
That nigga dead. That nigga burnt.
So what? Dead people have won re-elections before. They've he had some good ideas.
So they really got statements from the niggas that was on the what?
Yeah, there's one at where is it?
Is this? I'm looking at the end now. This is the house. This is the plantation.
Oh, see, I didn't even get to this part. Fucking completely killed it.
Y'all really.
I was done, yo. I was super done.
I told you, I cut it off. I was like, fuck this stupid ass movie. It's over. Like, there's nothing left to see. Apparently there was. So no one knew this place existed. So this has just been here for 150 years.
Yeah, no one
knew about it.
No one, not even Google Earth, knew it existed.
No, but they had signs.
Like Wakanda.
Oh, is that Barack Obama as an FBI agent? Yo, what is going?
What is this? There's a street behind it.
Yo, a Googler. This should have shown up on Google Earth. I'm not buying this.
So yeah,
this is stupid.
I think
this makes it worse. It does.
Now look, this is me trying to be nice to the movie, right?
Why? Thank you. Why?
I'm trying because I can't imagine that this was. I think that what this is trying to say is that, you know how Civil War reenactments, like, these people are losers, right?
Yes.
But if you don't stamp out this type of thinking, then I think the movie is trying to say that something like this could happen. I don't know. I don't know.
Why do we still do this? What? Civil War reenactments, period. It's really there is a weird obsession with this war.
Because the losers are mad they lost. I can't imagine. I don't even understand why you would want to reenact it as the winners. To be honest with you,
right?
Anyone who
our history,
we don't reenact
part of history.
We don't reenact any other wars.
We don't reenact World War II.
Right.
Well, I mean, it didn't take.
There's a billion movies about it.
I mean, what other war took place on American soil?
American Revolution
took place on American soil.
The War of 1812.
Yeah, a part of the American Revolution absolutely did. What are you talking about?
Well, then there probably are.
I mean, that one at least would make sense, right? You get to jack off on how America's awesome.
Yeah, because we won.
Right.
And the world was turned upside down. That was a Hamilton
Revolutionary War reenactment. Yeah, they do have Revolutionary War reenactments.
Okay, well, at least that one makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. The Civil War just seems odd. Because the people who love to reenact it the most are the losers.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that fucking lost.
Well, yeah, because they call it the War of Northern Aggression.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was aggression, all right. We whooped that ass. We whooped your ass. You're welcome.
I don't know, man. Southern people have this.
And that's the funny thing is, like, they call us snowflakes, but y'all the niggas that lost. Like, if like the Northerners are supposed to be like the weaker of the country, you know? Like the Southern, we're strong. Y'all niggas lost.
It's not
y'all a bunch of fucking pussies.
Hey, look, you might want to look into fucking Tecumseh Sherman. He burned Georgia to the fucking ground. Okay, don't fuck around.
It's not even that
it was
lost.
Insane.
It's not even that they lost. It's that they can't get over it.
Yeah, they can't get over the fact that, but they were expected to get over slavery. They can't get over the fact that you lost the war because of slavery.
Yeah, I'll get over slavery when there are no more Civil War reenactments. How about that? Is that a deal?
Also, they get mad that people want to knock over the statues because they belong. That's our heritage. But the statues are of Democrats. Yeah, but the Democrats are the worst. Okay, then why don't we just take down the statues that are of our people? Oh, fuck. The logic doesn't work. Does not compute. Fuck you. Like, no, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
They're a bunch of losers.
Yeah.
This movie is garbage.
It is.
I think there's nothing about this movie. It's a waste of fucking time. Don't bother. Like, you'll literally waste an hour. Well, I think I made it an hour in. When did that plane go overhead?
An hour 40 minutes?
An hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, and I was done. And there was an extra 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't think the ending makes any sense. I don't understand it. I think Mike is absolutely right that the act should have been reversed.
Should have been flipped. Yep.
Yeah,
but then it wouldn't have been a thriller, right? She just would.
No, it just wouldn't have had a twist. But the twist, one, is given away in the marketing, and two, the movie hinges on this one twist. But like, you know, when like you watch a good movie that has a twist, you like see it, you watch it, right? But then you could watch it again and it feels like a different movie.
Yeah, Get Out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this.
The Get Out twist is one of the best twists of all time.
Right. Like this, you can only watch one way. And it just doesn't.
With your eyes closed.
If you're lucky. And this doesn't. This is not this, and that's the sad thing, right? Is that this is a germ of an idea that could have been great.
Yeah.
If you just stayed asleep long enough to finish your dream, you probably could have had a really, really good movie on your hands. But
dreams are never done.
Right.
You always wake up before the end.
Right.
You always wake up before the end, and then you can't remember. But it was. It's gone. Dream's gone.
Yeah, I mean, if you had simply put in some sort of like science or magic, I think actually what would have been really interesting is if you had said time travel is real, and after you decide to go to 33 AD, you were like, all right, let's try something different.
No, that movie was better than this one.
It was. Look.
Assassin 33 AD was better than this one.
Look, not only is Assassin 33 AD a better movie, it made more sense. It made more sense in the structure of that movie. It made more sense.
Like they actually put the time into fucking the little plot holes that they were going to be. I mean, there were still plot holes, but there were far less to this stupid fucking movie.
Again, black people just accepting slavery in 2020 is just a pothole I cannot accept. And that's offensive.
That's a pothole that will never be fixed on 695.
No, that's funny. So yeah, I thought it was a mess. I just thought it was a mess. It's not very good. Just do better. Like, just do better. Like, if time travel had existed and it was something like white people from modern times who invented a time machine who were racist, wanted to be like, let's keep populating the South with slaves so we can keep making money in the future because those are our ancestors. Like, and then they started like working with the white people back then, and like, we'll just keep bringing you slaves, and that's how they were snatching people, and then somebody had to, Janelle Monáe becomes the hero and eventually has to escape. That's an interesting premise, like they're trying to profit from it because capitalism is garbage and everything. Like, that would be an interesting premise. Instead, they were just like, no, we're just grabbing niggas off the street and just throwing them in old costumes. That's it. Okay.
And they don't allude to how long people have been here.
Right.
Like, it's just, again,
I mean, if they even just like show like they drug them or some shit, right?
It would make more sense.
They injected them with something that made them comply, but for some reason it didn't take with Janelle Monáe, and she had to like liberate people, like
the Matrix.
And she wasn't some big liberator either. She was just like, we leaving tonight.
Like, I gotta get out of here. Me, I gotta go.
Right. She ain't take not near soul with her. She rode on that horse by herself.
Right.
This movie sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Is she supposed to be the Harriet Tubman of this story?
She was gonna take Professor Dead nigga, but he died. She was like, "Oh, sorry, Professor." What the fuck? How did they know?
How did he know, or how did she know he was a professor?
I assume that
I guess they ran in the same circles.
Yeah, I assume because she's famous, right? And she's a sociologist. I'm assuming that they tried to take like smart black people, because smart black people are like the bane of white people's existence.
Right.
Like, oh, we can't have too many smart niggas. We got Negroes. We can't say the N-word.
Yo, I love that they were too scared to say the word nigga. Like, you can't do a slavery movie. See, when people complain about, Quentin Tarantino said nigger a bunch in Django. Yeah, because it was during slave times. Like, it seems ridiculous. Oh, hey, you Negroes better get in line or we're going to brand you. Wow, you're jumping from Negro to branding? Wow, that's a big leap.
Like, what the fuck? It's the N-word.
Yeah, this is
yeah. Listen, N-words. Get over here and get this brand.
Yeah, this ain't it. It just felt really weird, yo. Anyway, I'm done with this movie. I don't think I have anything else to say.
I don't.
You guys are very
don't watch it.
Wow, that is a terrible review.
No, that's messed up, Tiara. That's real messed up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Goddamn shame.
Trash. This movie's really bad. Like, I didn't like, what does it have on fucking Rotten Tomatoes? Like a 23?
27%, I think.
Yeah, it's well deserved.
Yeah, that seems a bit high.
Seems high, yeah.
It's a bit high to
me. I don't see how you can even put there shouldn't be any positive.
No,
it's not good.
It is not.
Can't wait for all the dummies on YouTube who have never seen a fucking movie before and don't think. Can't wait for them to be like, "Oh, this is amazing! It works on so many levels. Y'all just mad.
You didn't get it. Like,
nah,
again, those people.
Everything about this movie.
Again, people got mad at us because they said, "What was that movie where they reversed the races?" White Man's Burden. Yeah, they were like, "That's a good movie." I'm like. See more movies. No, it isn't. They showed a black doll, though. Whoa, it was mind blowing. Yes, and they implied that racism all has to do with money, but whatever. Shut up. All right, that's it for us. And this was episode 183, Lady Antebellum, and we will see you guys next week for another preview episode.
See you.
Take it easy.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.